Hello everyone, my name is Irene Anggraini. So with me today is Kata.
Yeah, hi Irene. Hi everyone. Irene, it's very nice to meet you again. I'm very happy to take part in this new experience to present our common work, which I really consider that it was very fruitful. One of the best experience I have had in the last 1 year. So, and hereby, I would like to really thank you for all your support and help. I'm a leader for a long time. Uh, Basically, I'm by profession, I'm a dentist, by education, but in parallel, I started to work in the clinical research sector for a long time in '96, as I remember. And during these long years, I started to become a manager, and of course, my career path was changing. And I fulfilled several managerial roles like project manager, people manager, training leader, operational manager, and
All
I don't
sort
know,
of managers.
a lot of
Yeah.
managerial tasks. Not all the same, but same in one manner, being a manager. In last 8 years, I was acting as a managing director for a company and being responsible for a region in Central and Eastern Europe, managing from Hungary. So this is the present, and I was also kind of teacher, let's say, leading an adult education in Hungary. So a lot of experience.
Okay, that last part I didn't know. This is new to me.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
It's not like coaching, but close to it.
Yes,
Teaching people something.
Teaching and all sort of different roles in managerial position, and also your practice really hands-on as a dentist. That that was something that was very interesting for me. Like when I first came into working together with you. Could you also share a bit about your personal interest or your passion, Kata?
Sure. um, I'm a very lucky person. I think I was just thinking that what about my passion? But I really feel a lucky person because my work is also my passion. But next to this, I'm very aware that I need, this balance in, work and private life balance. So I'm doing a lot to save for myself that time for my private passions, which are like, riding bicycle or cooking or hosting a garden party for my friends. Sometimes hiking, skiing, and I really like dancing, but I do not have. It's like my favorite, but I do not have too much opportunity to practice. So it's one of my aim to increase this passion in my life.
Wonderful. I could totally make sense now, because in our sessions, we also do sometimes embodiment exercise, and you are quite eager, let's get in movement and reflect and also express yourself through movement.
Those was the best practicing.
Wow. Okay. Those are really the bits that you really enjoyed. Yeah. You are among women leaders, and I always have deep appreciation for women leaders in particular, because I believe there's more. It's a more challenging role to combine these two. What's your experience, Kata?
Yeah, I think that challenging is a good word for that. A good definition. It's challenging. It is stressful, but it's also nice. So in 3 words, challenging, stressful, and nice.
Okay.
However, I think basically it's stressful, but being a female leader, it makes a little bit more difficult. It's like you don't need just grow up to the kind of man world, but you also should be keep your female qualities. and to not lose the authenticity in your efforts. You know, that I would like to be as best as the men are.
Mm.
Because I really think that all human being has the same qualities for life.
Yeah.
And but in this competitive world, it's not easy to find yourself as a woman leader.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
many
yeah.
years of my experience, I think I learned that the best learning was that you know you everything is exactly as stressful as you experience it. So
Okay.
it's this
Mm.
this sounds very wise, but I'm not always able to live likewise. But there is not a wisdom button, you know, to just push it and know everything is okay. But I try to find all the tools
Yeah.
get it, you know. And
Yeah.
I think this is the most important, to keep yourself in these challenging circumstances like a balanced person.
There is like, yeah, balancing between the challenge and also kind of the tools, how to recover or how to recharge and how to keep your growth. And I hear also a lot of beautiful beautiful reflection about, you know, like still keeping in touch with the female qualities as a leader, and also, you know, like to keep that awareness, because there's no wisdom button, like you said, you know, like it's not pause, okay, wisdom mode on, but kind
Yes,
of
to have
we
it,
have to practice, yeah, every time.
not get
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And yeah, so you mentioned it is quite a challenging, being a female leader. And what was the particular challenge that made you reach out for coaching, Kata?
I think I was, again, I should say that I was a lucky person, because
Mm.
I was not especially looking for coaching, but it came in my life like a gift, really a
Mm.
gift. My company organized a kind of session, offered to the leaders the possibility to have coaching. And I think that this gift found me at the best point of my life. So because I was really struggling with a lot of challenges in the company, with restructuring, with the harmonization processes,
Mm.
and a lot of people management issues. So I considered it that, yes, this is the point. I got a gift, so I have a new opportunity to find maybe a new tool to help me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was really grateful for this, and I would like to thank
Mm.
here to my company.
Yeah. And with regards to the tools, like, you know, yeah, what have you discovered?
You know, we have had these 10 sessions.
Mm-hmm.
Like was I considered it like it was a journey,
Mm.
which was not completely new for me, because I was really involved in you know, uh, self-developing and
Mm.
taking care of what who I am, what I'm doing, to be more conscious. So I cannot say that it was completely new, but it was like you know, strengthening me in a lot of
Mm.
things. And in plus, I have got really practical methods, let's say,
Mm.
to enforce all these uh, thoughts I have had, that okay, this should be done better. This should be. It's something in it. I don't know. I need to find something out with this struggling and just stressing and
Mm.
so on. And this time spent with you really helped me
Mm.
in my conviction that
Yeah.
everything has a reason, and it really depends on us how we live the life.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
a very, very big output, I think.
Mm.
Also, the methods you learned to me. Um, which I really appreciated very much, and I special thing I appreciated very much was that you have had that empathy, that fitting to me what I'm comfortable with. So
Mm.
I'm
Yeah.
absolutely sure that you have millions of methods, but I really felt during my sessions that you just feel that what I need or what fit to my personality, or so.
Mm.
It really was a very, very nice experience. I'm grateful for.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you for this reflection, Kata. And what I hear also, yeah, you have already a lot of self-awareness. You know already a lot of tools, and this was really strengthening. This journey we had, like, was really strengthening, and also giving perhaps new perspectives or new possibilities, new different way, like, with these methods that you use, which, yeah, for the audience who don't know, like, just to give a bit of hint, we also use a lot of dance and movement, which Kata was so happy.
I was happy with, but yeah, you know me that I like a businesswoman. I was
Yeah,
always very in the task, and I really have not had time to prepare for our session. So I was
yeah,
just jumping from one meeting to other, and between the
yeah.
meeting it was coming Irene's session, and I just jumped it without any preparation, still having in
Mm,
mind everything, and kind of stressful, but.
mm,
I really trust in your methods because I
mm,
experienced it that even being very stressful, I couldn't in the first minutes really join
mm,
these ideas and tools. And
mm,
then after 1 hour, I just realized that, oh, I feel much better. Oh,
mm.
these dancing or this movement, which seemed like making not sense, but
Yeah, yeah,
at
yeah,
first
yeah,
approach, that know something that it was very
yeah.
convincing. So I really believe in you and your methods.
Wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, thank you for your trust, for experiencing, because, like, indeed, like, I recognize that, like, okay, like, really focus on the task, and, like, like, and then there's suddenly, like, oh yeah, kind of, I'm in a coaching session, and then what's gonna happen now? And yeah, so I really appreciate that you trust the process as well, that you allow me to take you by the hand, like, yeah, in a metaphorical way, like, to guide you, and that also you experience as, kind of really helping you in letting go of stress and some worries perhaps, or, like, some overthinking from all the business meetings that you have. So when we started working together, Kata, like, we didn't know each other, and, like, we just you just saw my video introduction on through your company's program, but yeah, what was your first impression, that made you, okay, let's try it with this coach Irene? I don't know her, but let's give it a go.
Maybe this was a strange process in with me. I was checking all the possibilities because there was a presentation of the
Mm,
coaches, and most of them has had a short presentation video or something,
mm,
and it was. Basically, it was very advisable to have a mother tongue coach because
yeah.
I really thought rationally that I can express myself much more better in my mother tongue.
Mm,
So the
mm,
first approach was to choose somebody who speaks Hungarian,
yeah.
and I have had the opportunity. Even to choose between more Hungarian language coaches, but I don't know. I checked other videos and the presentations, and I just felt you very close to me. Your
Mm,
approach, like being a little bit holistic, very human, and focusing on women leaders.
yeah.
That was the first point.
Okay.
And your video, I think that what the impression, I can't tell more logically that my
Mm,
impression and my
mm,
feeling
mm,
was that, okay, this is the guy, okay, Irene, maybe has something plus.
mm. Yeah,
So
okay.
And I just thought that, okay, I have had some concerns about the language, but let's try. So, as maybe you
Yes,
remember, I sent you a
I
letter
remember. Yeah.
asking your opinion. What about coaching on English, which is not my
Mhm.
mother tongue? So
Mm.
you encouraged me. We tried, and then you have met first time. Um, yeah, I was convinced that it was a good choice.
Okay.
We
Wow.
fit each other.
I felt the same, obviously, because like we journeyed like for 10 meetings, and I really appreciate also the intuition that you follow your intuition. And indeed, sometimes it's just kind of it's not yeah, it's not always following some logical order of analysis or whatever, but kind of there's like that connection. Perhaps that's kind of what you felt like. There's a sense of connectedness, like there's a yeah, there's something that maybe like through the nonverbal or the like just the presence that I was presenting through video, but you sense that authenticity and you reflect it back also to me. And,
Basically, I'm a very rational person, but
mm,
also intuitive. And sometimes
yeah,
there is a fight between the rationals and intuition.
yeah,
I experienced in last, okay, let's say becoming a little bit more wise in the
mhm,
latter years. I really experienced that I can trust my intuition. So, and
yeah,
this
yes.
time I convinced that that was a good choice. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It was an empowering experience, to have your intuition guide you in the right way. And it's also given you, like, yeah, really great outcome. And speaking about that, I'm curious, like, if you could sum it up, like, what is the most important outcome from our work together?
Yeah, I think that if I would say one sentence, I would say that I became much stronger in my conviction that it really depends on us how we live our life. But sometimes we do not have enough, at least myself, I do not have enough inner peace, energy, and focus to be wise enough. So,
Yeah.
apart from the many insights and realization we have experienced together, I really received from you very practical methods for relaxing myself, to find my inner peace, to be more conscious. And I really loved that you let on my consideration which methods I feel close to me, and you guided me on that way. I really felt comfortable all the time.
Mm.
So
Okay.
I also the learn methods I use in my everyday life. So I
Mm.
appreciate it very much.
That's wonderful. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Kata, where is next in your journey? Like what is next for you?
Oh yes, I'm a big milestone of my life because
Mm,
after a long time, I currently looking for a new job.
mm,
uh, and I really believe that in addition to my huge experience, I can use also what I learned
mm.
here as well. So I'm very trusted that I will find my best place.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Kind of like this, this experience of empowerment and strengthening. Like, it also gives you a lot of confidence. I have a sense.
Yes, self
Yeah,
confidence
yeah,
is increasing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. And to wrap it up, Kata, like what message do you want to share to fellow women leaders out there?
Yeah, so I dear female leaders, just be strong, but keep your female qualities. And whenever you feel struggled, be brave to ask help. So
Mm,
after my experience, I'm convinced that that coaching can be a big help. And if you need a recommendation, I can recommend Irene here. If you want to learn to learn more about yourself and to maintain fit your physical, mental, and spiritual conditions.
Mm.
I think Irene is a very good choice, and she's the best coach I have ever met.
Wow, thank you so much.
Absolutely. So it's coming from experience. So I'm very conscious about I'm speaking of.
Hmm. Wow. Kata, thank you for spending this time with me to share your experience, your reflection after our journey together. And yes, the journey is still going ahead in full force. And I wish you the best also with this transition and the next step in your professional and also in your personal life.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Irene.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to work with you.
Likewise, Kata. Thank you.